Hello, I'm Philip Brunelle, Artistic Director and founder of Vocal Essence and choir master organist at Plymouth Congregational Church in Minneapolis. And I have to tell you that each day that I do one of these, I am very, very grateful because this is being made into a video by my son, Tim Brunelle. Thank you, Tim, for your help. So, today we have the music of Daniel Kantor. Dan is a fascinating composer, lives here in the Twin Cities. He's not only a composer, he's a graphic designer, he's a business strategist, and the thing that I think is most fascinating, and I don't know a lot of composers who can claim this, he is one of the about 100 people who are accepted to create and submit crossword puzzles for the New York Times crosswords. So Dan, I got to know because of a piece that he composed called Night of Silence, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I also had asked him, what do you find when you write these pieces? And one of the things he loves is to take a melody that we all know, but then add another layer of it, another melody which begins, which gets settled in, and then that melody continues, and on top of it can come a melody that's familiar. He's done this with a Christmas piece, and he took the melody, What Child Is This?, which we know as Greensleeves, and he called it Child of Light. He said in his introduction, "In the filthiest place in the world, a stable, purity was born. No worldly mind would have ever suspected that he who could make the sun warm the earth would one day have need of an ox and an ass to warm him with their breath." These are words of Fulton Sheen in his book, Life of Christ. And so he says that this piece, Child of Light, is an exploration of the contrast, an evocation of the deep mystery of Christ's birth and the rich darkness through which it occurred. Dan is most famous in terms of choral music for a piece that he wrote called Night of Silence. It starts with a beautiful instrumental introduction, a very short one, and then again comes a new melody, and later, on top of it, comes the melody of Silent Night. So when Silent Night comes, and I'll give you a little nod, please sing along. This is probably the most of new pieces, the most well-known piece that choirs have learned in the last few years. I asked Dan, so how many copies have been sold of this? I'm just curious. He doesn't know how many millions of copies there are, but it is a favorite. We have sung it a number of times here, both Vocal Lessons and Plymouth Church, and it is known not just in this country, but around the world. Night of Silence. Have a wonderful day.